Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Derling, and on this episode, it's a little long awaited because it's been out for a while. I've listened to it quite a few times, and there have been a lot of review episodes on it, but I've been kind of waiting, giving it some really, really good listens, get it drilled in. I'm going to be talking about the new Yes album, Mirror to the Sky. And this one is really surprising because the release of it, or the announcement of its release, kind of came out of nowhere. It's only been 2 years since they put the Quest out, so I wasn't necessarily expecting a new Yes album this soon, but very pleasantly surprised. Of course, beautiful Roger Dean artwork again. Now, my hype sticker, I didn't do a very good job getting the hype sticker off of the plastics, but anyway. This album is set up exactly like the Quest in that there are 6 tracks on disc 1, and that's considered to be the album proper, but 3 bonus tracks on disc 2. Now, did it have to be all on 2 discs? I don't think it did, but anyway. Steve Howe producing, once again. Very similar production to the Quest, which, by the way, if you saw the review episode that Jeff Witcher and I did on the Quest, we both really liked that album, and I still do. There you go. There's the discs, and here's the booklet. Band is, pretty much intact, except, of course, this is the first album that Jay Shellen appears on as full-time drummer because, sadly, we lost Alan White last year, so this album's dedicated to him. So it's like John Davison on vocals, Steve Howe guitar, Jeff Downs keyboards, and Billy Sherwood on bass, and a lot of background vocals, too. So it's got your lyrics in here, and it's pretty spread throughout the band members who's writing the songs. Not hearing a lot of Jeff Downs on here. I mean, there's keyboards on here, but it's nowhere near as present as on the Quest, for sure. So the first track is the first taste of it that anybody got, Cut from the Stars. I find it's very similar in tempo to the Ice Bridge, which was, I think, far away the standout track on the Quest. It's very up-tempo. It's not a carbon copy by any stretch, just kind of similar in tempo. I find that the production is very, very similar on this album. The drums sound about the same, but really good. A good start. Really like the lyrics. Dark. There's a repeated phrase. This one was written by John Davis and Billy Sherwood. Yeah, International Dark Sky Park. It took me a while to figure out what he was saying when I was just listening to it in the car. The second one, All Connected. Slower song. This one's about... No, it's not slower. Longer songs, what I meant to say. Wow, can't talk. Yeah, 903. Very up-tempo, a lot of dual vocals. I prefer it when Billy Sherwood provides the dual vocals as opposed to Steve Howe. I think a little bit of vocal from Steve Howe goes a long way. That's just my opinion. What I noticed about this one is, I'm sure completely not intentional, but at about 3:51 into this song, Steve Howe does a little bit of a descending guitar lick that reminded me of one he did back in 1986 when he was in the band GTR, and they had the one big hit single, When the Heart Rules the Mind. It's like a little descending part, just for a bit. The rest of the song doesn't sound like that at all. Another long one, another 9-minute track, Luminosity. This one's a little slower, but I will say that I think on the whole, the album is a little bit more up-tempo than the Quest. The Quest, I think, could have done with 1 or 2 more really up-tempo tracks, but I still liked it. But, the rock element there's a little bit more rock in the prog rock on this album, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Luminosity is really good. Very classic sounding, yes. Next song might be one of my favorites. It's a shorter song, again. I don't know if that has a connection, but 4:45 is called Living Out Their Dream. Now, it's a catchy song. The music is playful, and the lyrics are playful. If you follow along with the lyrics, I think this is a Steve Howe composition on his own. Should keep the booklet handy. No, Steve Howe and Jeff Downs wrote this one. But it's apparently it was inspired by Steve Howe being at a restaurant and witnessing a wedding party, and I don't know if he's thinking that the marriage was not destined to last or not, because the lyrics are kind of sarcastic and funny and all at the same time. But it's an up-tempo, playful sounding song. I actually really like this one. Next up, we have the title track, which is the longest song on the album. It's 13:53, Mirror to the Sky. And the first thing I noticed right away, as someone who was a Rush fan first and then got into Yes, the very beginning guitar riff reminded me instantly of Faithless from Snakes and Arrows. Just for a second. It's just a little couple of guitar, like, and similar amount of distortion. Not that there's a lot of distortion on the guitars in this album, and that's one thing that I would have liked to have heard on this album and the previous album. Just a little bit more distortion on the guitars, because I'm a guy that likes drama a lot, which is a relatively heavy sounding Yes album as far as the guitars are concerned. But that's, they're not really that type of band. It's an epic track, and I like it. I don't know what more to say, but it does go back into that little bit, and it always makes me want to listen to Faithless. The last one on disc 1, Circles of Time, it's a slower one, and overall I like the song, but I'm not really sure about the chorus, which is time circles, circles of time, time circles, circles of time. It just seems like they could have done something more rather than just reverse the tense of it. Is that the word I'm looking for? But not bad. It's probably my least favorite of the 6 songs that are on disc 1. Disc 2, 3 more songs, and I should mention, this is as good a place to mention it as any, that I've intentionally not watched any other review episodes of this because I didn't want to be influenced. I wanted to have my own take on it just from simply listening to it. Now that I've listened to it and presented my 2 cents on it, I think, I'll definitely go watch. I mean, I know Rand did one on the Contrarians, and there's been a ton of review episodes, but I wanted to just say this is what I think of it just having listened to it. And one of the things that, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people come to this conclusion. Whereas on The Quest, the 3 bonus songs sounded like bonus songs. I thought they were okay, but they didn't sound like they fit into the album. These sound more like they could have just called it one 9-song album. These sound like they could have been interchangeable with the songs on disc 1. I think they're all really quite good. First one is Unknown Place. It's unusual in that it's got a bit of a chant in it. That's not usually a Yes thing. Beautiful acoustic guitar at the opening. I really like the dual bass guitar riff that they use in it. Yeah, really, really like this one. 1 Second is Enough, another good one. Unknown Place is over 8 minutes long, but 1 Second is Enough in the next song, Magic Potion. They're both around 4 minutes. Another good one here. Magic Potion was originally going to be called It's a Good Day, but I guess the title was changed to avoid the comparison because they had a song on the ladder called It'll Be a Good Day. Very close. So, yeah, I think a really, really good idea. Great chorus to that one. So like I said, the 3 songs that are on disc 2 could really have, they could have put any of those songs of similar length if that's what they were going for as the bonus songs, but I think they all fit together quite well. And I love the fact that it's only been 2 years since the previous album. I mean, when The Quest was announced, it had been 7 years since Heaven and Earth, which is not an album I liked all that much. But I really liked The Quest, and I was excited about it because it was the first album I picked up as a kind of newly minted Yes fan, so now I've got another one. And I'm hoping these veteran bands start just pumping out the albums, get that legacy going. If they're high quality stuff, let's have more, not less. Let's have more. And yeah, that's what I think about it. That's what I think about the new Yes one, Mirror to the Sky. I don't have the vinyl yet. The vinyl's delayed. I don't understand why the vinyl's delayed. The vinyl, all the formats should come out at the same time, but there was a time the idea of something coming out on vinyl again was a novelty. Now you kind of expect it, but I still don't understand why the vinyl's more often than not delayed, especially when initially Amazon, which is where I happen to get mine, will tell you, oh yeah, they're going to be released on the same date. But that's a minor thing. I got the music to enjoy. I like how the side of the CD works, or looks. Very classic. You run the risk when you write things in that font for the title, other than the logo. It could be hard to read, but they spaced it out well. So what, Yes fans out there, I know I got some Yes fans following this. What do you guys think of Mirror to the Sky? Am I pretty much going along with what people tend to think? I know some people just don't like it. And some people call Yes a tribute band now, and there's that whole thing. I'm not on that side of it. They're doing what they do. So, I'm giving what they put out a chance. I think that overall this is a more up-tempo album than The Quest. I think I like the BPMs a little bit more, but really they're very similar albums in a lot of ways, although I do think this is more cohesive as far as having 9 really, really strong tracks that could have held together as an album and didn't need to be called bonus tracks. That's what I think anyway. Looking forward to hearing what you think out there. Yes, Mirror to the Sky, out now, and check it out. Don't forget, check out TeePublic for Tim's Vinyl Confessions merch. Thanks to everybody that's ordered. Got some more review episodes on the way. Hope you liked this one. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching Tim's Vinyl Confessions.